I super appreciate everybody over there at HD5 making this happen. Some kind of special paint language. So Brian Tooley sold out to private equity. Let me tell you what I think is going on. Here's what I think is going on. All right. Not that my opinion matters all that much, but let me tell you what's going on in this industry and why people are selling out. We're going to give you a lot of explanation of the difference in between our business and like a Brian Tooley business. Here is the number one thing that Brian Tooley didn't have, as I understand it, okay? This business I built from nothing. There was no business here. There was no motorsports family. I didn't have any money. I didn't have anything. I started this thing. This is a generational company, family company. My wife works up in the office, not full time. She's not Sue. That's the secretary, by the way. My wife Val, she works up in the office. She helps out here. My daughter helps out here. My oldest son Tyler had worked here at one point in time. But Kyle is going to be taking over. He's going to be the next generation of this family-run business. And we're going to tell you about what the difference is in between a private equity business and the family-run business. Now, as I understand it, Brian didn't have family members that wanted to be the next generation. You know, Brian Jr. didn't want to take over. And that's cool. That's fine. So honestly, I cannot blame Brian Tooley for taking the money and going. And what I understand, I guess, is, and I don't know, nobody's told me this, but I'm just trying to tell you what's going on in the industry and here. His employees that were vested in there are well taken care of, and they're good. Happy for all of you guys. That is cool. But let's go back to what our family business is versus that private equity, the big business, and all the things that are going to be going on there. And I'm holding this little bracket right here because our buddies over there, Deal Brothers, they go, hey, they have my SML that they're putting in their car, okay? Rise of the Phoenix car. And they go, hey, we want to remount the oil pump. And so they draw something out. They have their guy do a little 3D model of it, 3D print it. They 3D print it. Yeah, that's all cool. They send us the model, and Brock makes this super cool, one-off, the first, the only, billet oil pump mount for SML and fits a LS. So because they're going to be able to swap both engines. Try having a private equity group make that for you.
For less than like $7.8 bajillion.
Yes, for less than $7.8 bajillion. I like the bajillion. This is just a sample of the kind of things that we do for people all the time. Something like this. Now, you can look all around our shop since we're standing here in the middle of cars. This is my wife's car that we've been building. The wife's car, the better half Camaro that Kyle's going to be driving. Kyle's already driven. Most of the driving already. I might get to drive it someday if my wife lets me. She's obviously driving it. Then we have my wagon. Then we have my daughter's car, which used to be my wife's old car. Then we have one of Kyle's race cars. We are a race car family. We're vested in this whole industry. What is big business and the private equity people? Most all of them, I'm not saying all, most all of them are not motorsports people. They're bean counters. They're making money. Okay? And that's cool. Make all the freaking money you want. I don't care. Does not bother me. We're doing fine. I don't need your money. I don't need anybody's money. Okay? I just want to show you what the difference is in between what a family-run business is. And there's lots of family-run businesses out there. Okay? Let's come back to that in just a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So
There's an important side note that I want to make before we get too far. And that is, you and myself talk to people on an almost daily basis, at least 2 or 3 times a week. You know, I'm on the phone with chassis builders, custom car builders, other machine shops, and these are all run by older people whose kids don't really want to get into the industry. They have other interests. They have their own passions that they want to go work on. Like you said, that's perfectly fine.
That's fine.
Everybody, has the right to go pursue their own passion in the United States of America. So don't get too hung up on I don't know where I'm going with that.
Yeah,
It's a common thing.
It's a common thing.
People get older.
It's a sad thing, but
They want to retire. They want to retire well, and there's nothing wrong with that either. So
I want to retire well. He's gonna pay for it. I'm just kidding.
not really.
He's not. Well, in a way, he's gonna. Yes, I want to do less as he starts doing more. Okay, that's the way the family business structure functions and works. So, what are all those family-run businesses out there doing? They're doing stuff like what we're doing. Hey, Joe Blow, can you make this little thing, or can you change this over here and make this happen? All right, yeah, let me see if we can make it happen. And you know what always happens? Joe Blow doesn't really get paid for doing that. He's helping. You know what happens with a bracket like this? I'm not charging nearly, in fact, I'm not charging him anything for it, to tell you the truth. So I'm definitely not charging enough, but I couldn't even charge him what this thing is actually worth. This ends up being, for a first one run like this in the very first piece. I mean, that's probably, I really should charge in between 500 and 750 bucks for that in order to break even. Okay, that's covering my time, covering paying Brock, because even if you send a model, we still have to machine it, have to cam it, have to do everything with it. This is not just some, it's not like a 3D printer where you just hit the button and it 3D prints it, okay? And just imagine all the time you have involved in drawing it, 3D printing it, fixturing, doing it. Now you got to make it out of something real, okay? Don't get hung up on any of the little details on there. But anyways, let me just show you some other things of a family-run business like what we do here versus the private equity people, or even a lot of people that might not be private equity. Like, I mean, there's lots of engine shops that are obviously not private equity. I know Texas Speed is private equity owned. That's not owned by an individual anymore. There's probably some others, but most engine builder shops are not going to be. Now, most engine builder shops, they're like Henry Ford model. Okay, you can have any color you want as long as it's black. All right? You can have any engine you want as long as it's one of these two. Come over and look at what we got going on as the way we structure our business and what we're doing. We have LS, big block Chevrolet, Viper, small block Ford, LS's, Gen 2 Hemi, Streamliner program. We have the station wagon Camaro. We have, let's see here, another small block Ford, Godzilla motor, Gen 3 Hemi, another small block Ford, Gen 2, it's a cluster cuss here right now, sorry. Gen 2 Streamliner Hemi. How about a Buick V6, another little 2,000 horsepower V6. Kenny Middleton, I'm waiting for your camshaft, supposed to be here this week. Or who has all the time and effort involved into having two engine dynos. One engine dyno has a small block Ford on it right now, and then the other engine dyno has a Gen 3 Hemi on it. Okay, and then the conventional small block Chevrolet above average Joe engine. Billet engines, the billet engines that we build here.
Don't forget the Pontiac.
The Pontiac, Torque Storm supercharged Pontiac engine. All these things and how we do this. So, some engine builders, and which is fine. A lot of times we wish we were one of these guys, is, yeah, here's your engine. It'll make 3,000 horsepower. Really? It's just a short block. Yeah, but it's rated for 3,000 horsepower. Here you go, man. Let's figure it all out. We don't do that, do we?
No.
How much time do we spend figuring everything out? Like, currently, the Gen 3 Hemi is not running on the dyno yet because he didn't send us his what?
Power steering pump, the alternator.
Power steering pump, alternator. We need it all for the bracketry. So the thing's sitting there on my dyno, not being built out, not getting charged, waiting for customer to send more parts so we can finish his job and help him finish his job for him. This bracket, this is to help them. This has nothing to do with my engine build. Zero. This is just us taking care of and helping the customer. This small block Ford right here. This thing on the dyno, you're going to see this coming up in the build up. This thing is super cool. And we had that built in February, and we're waiting for the brand new. There is no other small block Ford accessory drive system from ProCharger. That is the first one. We had to wait 9 months for that. So for 9 months, we've been waiting for a bracket. He's been waiting patiently for the engine to be completely done so we could do the whole deal. And I've been waiting to get paid. Who does those kind of things except a family type business, a family structure business like here? What does a private equity do? Here is your $15 part. We've taken it to China and we've made it $10 now. Let us know if you want to buy 2. Goodbye. Thank you. Right? Pretty much what it is. We're just trying to show you, and I want you to, yeah, I want you to support us. That's cool. But I want you to support all the family businesses too. And I'm not telling you not to go to Brian Tooley Racing any longer and get the parts. I am not saying that. I will not say that, because we will probably go over there and still buy some of their stuff. I don't want to reinvent the wheel on everything, you know. But if somebody, if my customers need, hey, I need to, could you possibly do this for me? I usually do it. Tom Bailey says, hey, I blew the fuel line off of the regulator. It went dead lean and I burned the motor up. I need to race tomorrow. Can you fix it right now? Yeah, I'll fix it right now. Okay. That's not the kind of thing that you're going to get at a Walmart, a Costco, what big box store, anything like that.
Blueprint engines.
Well, I don't know. Maybe Blueprint engines would do something like that. No dig on Blueprint, but they're in a different market. They're trying to do something different. We're this family-run business trying to do something smaller. Big corporations, when private equity gets involved in these companies, they're going to come in and they're going to cut costs because they want to make more money. How do they cut costs? They have to cut labor costs. Point blank. That is number one spot you cut costs at. The second spot that they cut costs at is their supplies, their suppliers. So where can they get something cheaper? I don't know.
9 times out of 10, it's China.
Oh, it goes where? Yeah, it could go to China. That's just where, that's how that stuff is going to work and how it happens. That is it. Okay. So all of you family-run businesses, I know there's guys out there that watch the channel. Leave some comments. All right. And probably calling me right now. It's Clark. Call me right now. Hold on.
Steve, can you reveal my engine right now?
Yeah. Hold on. I'll call you right back. It was Clark. Anyways, so if you are a family-run business, I know there's chassis builders that build there. I mean, there's other stuff out there. Shoot, even bigger companies like Scott Shafroff. Shafroff Racing Engines. That thing is still all owned by Scott freaking Shafroff. He's doing it all there. He's not private equity. He's not doing anything. I never have a problem with any of those guys. It doesn't, you know, whoever, you know, that's all cool. Leave a comment. Say, yeah, man, that's right. You're dead on the money. You're not gonna offend me. I don't even care. You can post your freaking phone number and your website on my comments. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. We're trying to support and you know, help build up people that are trying to do something different and to help explain why. Yeah. Oh, Steve Morris Engines is really expensive. I like the way you paused there. You didn't know what I was getting at, but
There's many words that could fit in.
there's many words that fit there. Yeah, well, there's true. You know, we're known as being really expensive, okay? But we're really expensive because we do the whole thing. We don't just say, here you go.
Why is Snap-on so expensive?
Why is Snap-on expensive? Don't leave your hater mail for Snap-on tools. It's just, there's just fact. It's just a really high quality tool that is built for a specific purpose and for a specific end and for to be something valuable.
And what do they say? They say it's not expensive, it's value.
It is. That's what I say. Something. Yeah, it's something valuable. You know, they build value into this thing. Nobody cares when you lose your Harbor Freight wrench. I care when I lose my Snap-on wrench. And wait a minute, where'd it go? I want to go find it. You know, you see me do that before. Usually he's left it somewhere. There's lots of people out there. I just want to be able to support people, show you what's going on. I absolutely do not blame Brian Tooley for doing what he did. what he didn't have, as far as I know, probably just didn't have any other option, you know. And who else is going to go over there and buy a, however, there's not many individuals that are going to go over there and buy a company like Brian Tooley Racing Engine or Brian
The
Tooley Racing.
market that would be able to even fund that kind of operation is so marginal.
Yeah, there's only one group of people. There's only one person or group of people that within reason are going to go over there and buy his company, and that's private equity, because it's so, or BlackRock, because it's so big. All right, but anyways, I'm just rambling on now. I just wanted to show you different things we do. And we got this small block. I take this small block Chevrolet in. We have freshened this up. It was a customer's. He just wants to sell it. I freshened it up. I'm sitting on it. It's used for sale right now. It's a really nice motor, but he hasn't paid me anything for doing the freshen up, for fixing it, making it right. I'm just gonna get paid on the back end here when we sell it someday. So those are all things that we do differently here in this family run business. And you know, it is what it is. And it is what it is with private equity. Just know what you're getting, know what's there. Know what the value of what you get is. Keep Brian Tooley parts. That's fine. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I'm just telling you where it's at, and don't be mad at Brian Tooley for selling out. I see some people that are just like all over his shorts about it, and that's wrong. Don't be all over his shorts about them.
The one that still cracks me up the most is that the people that are calling, "Whoa, Texas Speed! That's why Texas Speed is better." Like,
Texas
look,
Speed
dude,
is private
Texas
equity.
Speed is private equity, just like Brian Tooley is now.
Yes.
So what are you saying?
Yeah, you don't even know. Enough talking about that. Let me go over here and show you what we got going on with the Better Half Camaro, what we got going on with the wagon. Make sure if you guys are in the industry, make sure you stop over to see us. We'll be around the PRI show because both those cars are going to be there. Come on over, talk to me. I love talking to people. I talk all day long. It ain't no big deal. So back to the real video. All right, so it is insanely busy. We are trying to get ready for the PRI show, also in the midst of everything. And so you knew that we just had a bumper redone because it doesn't have a wheelie bar in it. And yes, before you ask me again or make another comment, it is a parachute currently. We are gonna put a bottom panel underneath it to seal it all off. Don't have to do that to take it to the PRI show, but we do have to get it painted. Now, originally, this was painted by Todd's Extreme Paint. Todd's a buddy, he's a friend, he's all cool, but there's no way I can take this bumper down there, have him do it, go down and get the bumper again, bring it back up. Too much hassle, and especially when my buddy, Steve Deckinga from SD Designs. Now, this is, for anybody that doesn't know, we'll put a little link here for you. Go check out his stuff. So, Steve is OG custom paint. So, Steve has painted more cars for almost every top fuel car in the world up till they started wrapping everything, for Colettas, for the top fuel cars, funny cars, pro stock cars, for Jerry Haas, for RJ, Rick Jones, who else?
Bickle.
Yeah. Bickle.
Yeah.
Almost everybody has had cars painted by him. In fact, the one time I went into the shop because also I've been going to Bible study with Steve for 25 years. 27 years straight. One time a week for 27 years we've been doing a Bible study together. And so one day I walk into a shop and here's Victor Alvarez's car. You know, Victor Alvarez from Bradenton Motorsports Park. Cletus McFarland's partner. There it is. It's always funny. So OG, he wouldn't have had time to paint this car way back in the day, and Todd did it. And so, but he is perfectly capable, in fact, more than capable, astronomically more than capable of continuing that onto here to match that. That's what Steve's here doing. So we're gonna get this thing all masked off. I need to leave Steve go because we're also over here while this is all getting done. You knew all about the Camaro and it had the wrong stripes. Well, the fine people over at HD5 said, you know what, we're gonna fix it before you go to the PRI show. So they're here right now, taking the stripes off the car and putting new, what color stripes? Let's go look. All right, now you can see old skinny stripes getting removed for the new bigger stripes that must be in that box over there. So we're gonna see the whole process, how you put this all on, how they're putting it on and doing it just like they did main wrap. But I super appreciate everybody over there at HD5 making this happen, because they're upside down. Tim's not even in the state. He's somewhere else. He's piddling around in Florida doing something. He's wrapping cars. He's down there and couldn't even do it. So I really appreciate them taking care of this and doing it right now. So let's see how it all gets done. Come up here and I'll show you the new stripes. So yes, as you can see, we're going blue wing. Same color as car. New, bigger, badder, better, corrector stripes. And what she's got to do up there, nothing on the hood. I'm sorry, nothing on the roof. So the hood, nothing on the roof. And then we had a few comments. A few of you guys said that gray looks good. It'll grow on you. And you know what? The gray does grow on you. So, but we're still thinking. All right. And then my buddy Deckinga comes over here, looks at it, goes, oh, because he has, he does these wild paint schemes and airbrushing, and he does all, this elaborate stuff. And he goes, oh yeah, no, so really should put carbon on it, carbon wrap. It never ends, does it, Nate? It never ends.
That was my idea.
That was your idea too? I know, I liked the
was
idea, and I
good.
thought about it too, but then when he said it, it's like, oh, it's great. So you never know. But anyways,
Is the whole wing?
that's the
going
beauty.
blue or
That's
just
the
the
beauty
sides?
of wrap. The whole wing. Whole wing's going blue, and then the continuing on of stripes all the way down here. So, really bad boy. Side note: we will randomly put this piece of wrinkled up wrap, this color wrap, in a random package of merchandise. Sometime. This week. How about this week? That's it this week.
Looks like a good
I'm gonna
dog
keep,
toy.
Yeah, I'm going to keep the dog from eating it. There's a lot of interest right here. He thinks that this is specific to him. He's wrong. Bink. Special paint language, and so Steve will figure it out, but it'll come back looking identical, so it'd be great. Doing a super rush on it for me, which absolutely appreciate. Make sure you go over to his Facebook and leave a kind comment for him. Say thanks, Bill. The HC5 people are here. Been awesome. Very much appreciated. And still, they're going to be working on something because I screwed something up. So, but let's show you. Knowing. Oh, super nice. So, decided to go same color as car. I know we had probably, I think there was a majority of people that said same color as car versus black. So, didn't you think so?
It was pretty close.
You thought it was pretty
Yeah.
close? I thought there was more people. Maybe that's because that's what I wanted to see was blue.
There was actually just a little bit more black in the
Really?
pole. Just a tiny bit more.
Oh, sorry. It's blue. Made all this blue. Now there's a couple things I'm going to show you. This is the right wing or the right sticker in the back. Actually it was just a little, the piece that they had for here was just this much too short. Just like that much too short. So they're gonna go take care of that thing. So that'll be great. And then, so you see the wing, I think the wing looks fantastic. Everything looks good right there. I'm really happy with that. Good job. Then now on the hood, so the hood looks good too, except for, so in this one little corner area up here, when I seen the original stripe, I thought, oh, I think I can just peel that off myself. Turns out you can't, because it peeled up from underneath the bottom and it kind of screwed it up. And so peeling off the old sticker just turned out to be a real cluster cuss. So they're gonna take the hood back and rewrap the entire hood. So that, because they want it to be perfect. I appreciate that. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. So they don't have a little crease underneath the stripe.
Can't believe you did that.
Can't believe it. Yes. So, anyways, we're good. I think at least for the interim time, we are definitely sticking with the gray because it does kind of grow on you. So we're trying to figure that out and see what it really looks like everywhere. But anyways, I think when you see the wing makes me the happiest right now because I think that really looks much better, like especially from that angle. And then I think the stripes are right, everything there. At least, I think that looks good. Looks good. They're gonna take the hood, bring it back tomorrow, rewrap. We're gonna bring back a piece for that. So I'm gonna be working tomorrow on this car and on the wagon, getting it all buttoned up and done. It's my buddy Steve Necka, SD Designs. Make sure you go over there, leave a nice comment. Leave nice comments for the HD5 people too, because they're going way over and above to make things right. So that's all cool. But I think we're gonna be closing this video out looking at super cool Camaros. Gotta pet it, let it know you love it. Don't forget your wagon friend, the original. Have a great day.